Hello, folks, and welcome back. On this episode, we're going to head to Custer State Park and Mount Rushmore in our Western Excursion Part 4. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Good morning, folks. Well, it's a beautiful morning here in the Badlands. We're going to be leaving here today. Going to go up to the Minuteman Missile Facility, do a tour of it. From there, we're going to head over to Wall, South Dakota, and do a quick tour of it. We're going to cut up through Rapid City and down to Custer State Park, which has become one of my top favorite parks in the U.S. And while we're at Custer, we're going to see Mount Rushmore and a bunch of wildlife. The first stop here is the Minuteman Missile National Historic Monument. It's going to be right outside the Badlands, and it has all the information on the Minuteman system that was used during the Cold War. Our next stop is going to be Wall, South Dakota. Everybody's been telling me you come to this area, you need to stop by Wall Drugs. So we did. I didn't do any filming in there, but it was interesting, and we did have a good meal while we were in there. And we've made it to Rapid City, South Dakota. We're going to head south here to Custer State Park. As we're coming into the park, we happen to see this gentleman walking down the side of the road, so we stopped to film it. But the thing I want to tell you about Custer is when you come in here, your GPS is going to give you several different routes. Make sure you look at the routes, because a lot of them you will not be able to take your trailer down because they're too narrow. So make sure you check that out before you come into the area. When you get to the park, you're going to have to check in here at the entrance. And even if you do have camp reservations, you still have to buy a daily pass to access the state park. And after seeing the state park, I had no problems paying the extra money. Now, this is the Game Lodge campground inside the state park. They have numerous campgrounds. This is the one that we chose. It's down by the information center. Campground has electric at the campsites. You do need to fill your water tanks before you get to your campsite, and they do have a dump station. We're going to pull over here first, fill up our water tanks, and then we'll go get set up at our campsite. And this is what our campsite looks like, and I'll go ahead and give you a view of the whole campground. The building that you see across the roadway over there is actually the shower facilities. They were fairly modern and they were very clean. And now that we're all set up, let's go ahead and head out of Custer State Park and head over to Mount Rushmore. These are some of those narrow one-way tunnels that I was telling you about. And the unique thing about the next tunnel, the final tunnel we go through going to Mount Rushmore, I know it's hard to see, but as you enter into this tunnel, that mountain you see up there is Mount Rushmore, and you get a good view of it. Right there it is, coming through the tunnel. We made it to Mount Rushmore here, and we'll go ahead and give you a view of it. Not only do they have the beautiful carving up on the Black Hills here, but they have a museum down below that shows you everything from information about the 4 presidents that are on the mountain here to how they constructed the monument. There's trails that you can hike on. They have restaurant facilities. It's an amazing place, so I would advise coming and visiting it. All right, folks, well, we're going to head back to Custer State Park and call it an evening, and then tomorrow we're going to explore Custer State Park. We're going to start by heading down the Wildlife Loop, which is right outside the campground. About halfway down the Wildlife Loop is going to be the information center here. We're going to go ahead and stop and see if we can find out where the best places to go find wildlife are. They told us to go ahead and continue the way we were going, and we would definitely see some wildlife. Well, we spent quite a bit of time in that buffalo jam, so let's go ahead and see what else we can find in the area. We're now going to head up to an area called the Needles. That was a thoroughly amazing drive through the park, and we've only shown you a fraction of it. We're going to go ahead and head into the town of Custer here, which is just to the west of Custer State Park. It's a cute little town. We did come down here, found us a nice place to eat, a little local mom and pop pizza shop, and it was amazing. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. If you get a chance to come down here, and if you're in Custer, I would highly recommend going by this pizza shop. Well, that concludes our time here in Custer and Custer State Park. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed presenting it to you. Join us next time when we head for a quick stop in Sheridan, Wyoming, and then on to Yellowstone. We want to tell you we appreciate you watching. Thank you very much for your support, and we'll see you in the campground.